Guys, as you have noticed, it's all about the cycle tour. The excitement is building towards Sunday, the 10th of March. And as if the 109 kilometers aren't tough enough on two wheels, our next guests are going to do it on this, a unicycle. Father and son, Dave and Dylan. Guys, good morning. I have to shake your hand because I think you guys are a little bit insane, actually.
Okay. Yes, we are.
So let's start right at the beginning. Who got into this first? Who started this unicycle business?
So that would be me. I think I was in primary school at the time. And I remember seeing a cartoon with a little unicycle character going across the screen. I figured, I also want one of these things.
And then you just started?
Yes,
and then
we ordered one and it arrived. And we put it, and for months we couldn't ride it. And it went into a cupboard. And then a few years later it came out again and we decided we have to learn how to ride this thing.
So it's because of your doing that Dad also followed on?
Yeah.
Or how did you actually start on the unicycle?
Dylan pestered me to ride it, and I looked at it and I said, you know, this is impossible. At my age, I cannot possibly learn to ride a unicycle. And then he left it at home, and one day, sort of skellum, I started practicing in the streets until I could cycle sort of 200 meters, and I put it back in the cupboard. I said, well, I can cycle 200 meters, so I can now label myself as a unicyclist.
Yeah.
And then after I'd completed my 22nd Argus, I said, let's have a new challenge. And Dylan suggested, let's do the Argus on a unicycle. And then we got the big wheels.
Yeah.
Because remember, I learned on a little 20-inch wheel.
Wow. Okay, cool. DJ Milkshake, what do you make of this, man?
I just want to know how many times you fall on this thing, man.
Well, you never fall off a unicycle. It's called an unplanned dismount. But you have unplanned dismounts often. This wheel remains in charge, and I have unplanned dismounts regularly.
All right. So Dylan, take us quickly through the fundamentals of riding a unicycle. What does it take before you're actually going to show us a little bit later on?
Sure, okay. Well, a unicycle is slightly different from a bicycle, and obviously minus one wheel. So, you know, you can fall in any direction.
Yeah,
bicycle is relatively stable forwards, backwards direction.
Yeah.
But especially at low speeds, before the wheel generates some speed and there's some centrifuge going, falling sideways is a huge problem. So once the wheel's going, then your backwards-forwards motion becomes a problem, and you've got to maintain the bike in a constant fall. So to go forwards, you really need to be falling forwards.
Sure. Yes. Okay, I see. So it's all about controlling your own balance. All right. Well, Dylan, if you want to make your way outside, we're gonna see how you're gonna do it now.
No pressure.
No pressure. You can step out there for a second. I want to chat to your dad. You're
an expert.
So talk to me about the unicycle culture, Dave. I mean, you've now obviously taken this to the next level. You've cycled 22 August.
On a bicycle.
On a bicycle, normal bicycle.
Two on a unicycle.
Not unicycle. What's the plan for this year? I mean.
Well, after I'd done 2 Arguses on a unicycle, and you're riding there really quite alone because you're going at a constant 18, 20 kilometers an hour. Uphill, of course, I can match most bicycles. But on the downhills, you have bicycles flying past you at 70 kilometers an hour.
And the thing is, you can't freewheel.
No. You pedal the whole way. People that ride the Argus on a bicycle only ride half the Argus because they freewheel the other half.
Yeah.
And if you're a lazy cyclist, you draft the other half. You may not even have to pedal at all. But on a unicycle, because it's a fixed cog with a single ratio, no gears, a single ratio, fixed cog, you pedal uphill and you pedal downhill. So if you do a 6-hour Argus, you've pedaled for 6 hours, no freewheeling. And after my second Argus, I thought, this isn't fun. You're quite lonely up there because you're also very high and you can only chat to people up the hills. I said, well, let's see if there aren't any races for unicyclists. And then I discovered Unicon, the unicycle convention, including the World Championships. I entered.
Wow.
And I went to Italy and did the World Championships where I raced with unicycles. And it's amazing racing with other unicycles because they're with you, you're passing.
It's a culture. It's a real culture.
It's amazing. When I got to Italy, the unfortunate thing about being in Bressanone in Italy is that there are thousands of unicycles. Nobody gives you a second look. Wow. Whereas in Cape Town, you're quite the celebrity.
Well, you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing you on the road on your unicycle.
I'll be there.
What is your future quickly? Just quickly. Where do you want to take the sport of unicycling?
I'm hoping to get more and more people riding unicycles, and of course my big vision is eventually in the future to have special categories in the Argus for bicycles.
Wow, okay, that could be interesting. All right, so let's take a look at how Dylan does this. He's outside at the moment, and we'll just take him out now. So all right, let's take a look here. There he is. You can see him on the screen. Just step back here. Look at that. He just mounted that very, very quickly. He makes it look easy. Dave,
Well,
how long does it take to get to that?
Well, remember, you never start on a 36-inch wheel. That is a 36-inch wheel, Chris Holm unicycle. You learn on a small wheel. Much easier to mount, you don't fall as far. The problem with the small little unicycles, particularly when you've decided to do long-distance unicycling, you need a big wheel. Big wheels go faster. And if you shorten your crank, you go very fast.
Wow.
Up to 20 kilometers an hour or faster.
There's a challenge for you.
20 Ks. You know what, I think, so you started like on 2 wheels, now you're down to 1.
Yes.
So are you gonna eventually take the wheels off and like...
And run it.
Like,
No, that's fun. Dylan, well done, man.
Yes, well done.
Thank you so
Excellent.
much for coming through. We're wishing you all the best. I just have to tell you, I know this, man, because I actually, years back in 2009, I bought a kite surfing kite from Dave, and that's the point where he told me, man, I'm getting into unicycling, but I was just, yeah, Dave, enjoy it and whatnot. Look at the man now. We're going to see you on the road, both of you guys. Dylan, dude, put it there, man.
Thank you.
Put it there.
Thank you very much.
All the best, man. All the best. I'm going to look out for you on the road. Look out for this,
Thanks,
man.
DJ.
It's going to be fantastic. Right now, though, it's over to Chef Hillary. She's talking mushrooms this morning, giving you some tips on how to dry your own mushrooms at home.